A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a bold move that has sent ripples through the North American trade landscape, President Donald Trump announced on Monday that a sweeping 25% tariff on imports from Canada and Mexico will take effect starting Tuesday. This decision, aimed at curbing illegal substances such as fentanyl crossing the border, has raised alarms about the potential for a renewed trade war between the United States and its northern neighbors. During a press briefing at the White House, Trump stated, "Tomorrow, tariffs 25% on Canada and 25% on Mexico. And that'll start." This announcement comes on the heels of a previous executive order that had initially scheduled the tariffs to commence on February 4th but was postponed to allow both countries time to bolster their border security measures following discussions with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum. The tariffs will apply broadly to all goods entering the U.S. from Canada and Mexico, with a special note that a lower 10% rate will be imposed on Canadian energy exports. Additionally, Trump indicated that a new 10% tariff on goods from China would also be implemented, compounding the existing trade tensions with Beijing. The rationale behind these tariffs, according to Trump, is to pressure both Canada and Mexico into stricter border control measures to prevent the influx of illegal drugs. No room left for Mexico or for Canada. No. The tariffs, they're all set. They go into effect tomorrow, Trump asserted, dismissing any further negotiations. This hardline stance comes despite U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick's earlier remarks suggesting that both countries had made reasonable efforts to secure their borders. The implications of these tariffs could be far-reaching. Analysts warn that such a drastic increase in tariffs may not only strain diplomatic relations but also disrupt the economic fabric of North America. The Canadian government has already signaled its readiness to retaliate with dollar-for-dollar countermeasures, potentially amounting to 155 billion Canadian dollars. Foreign Minister Melanie Joly emphasized Canada's preparedness to respond should the tariffs be enacted, stating, "We're ready." Business leaders have expressed concern over the long-term ramifications of Trump's tariff strategy. Matthew Holmes, vice president of the Canadian Chamber of Commerce, articulated that the tariffs could irreparably damage the Canada-U.S. trade relationship. He warned, "We will have a long road back to Canada and the U.S. being trusted economic partners again. Businesses can't just switch their whole model to avoid tariffs and then go back again, depending on what politicians decide on any given day." In addition to the tariffs on Canada and Mexico, Trump hinted at a broader strategy to incentivize domestic production in the North American auto industry. "I would just say this to people in Canada or Mexico if they're going to build car plants. The people that are doing them are much better off building here," he stated, suggesting that the tariffs could serve as leverage to shift manufacturing jobs back to the U.S. The timing of these tariffs is particularly critical as they come amid ongoing discussions about the U.S.'s role in supporting Ukraine against Russian aggression. Reports indicate that the Trump administration has halted new weapons sales to Ukraine and is contemplating freezing existing military shipments, a decision that has drawn criticism from various lawmakers. Senator Bill Cassidy, Republican Louisiana, condemned Russian President Vladimir Putin's history of violence against dissenters, calling for a stronger stance against Moscow. As the political landscape shifts, Trump's approval ratings have remained underwater, with a recent PBS News/NPR/Marist poll revealing that 49% of respondents disapprove of his performance compared to 45% who approve. Nonetheless, Trump continues to channel significant political capital into his domestic agenda, including support for cryptocurrencies like Doge, which he has elevated as a focal point of his economic policy. The unfolding situation regarding tariffs and international relations underscores the complexities of trade policy in a globalized economy. As tensions rise, both Canada and Mexico are preparing for the potential fallout from Trump's latest trade maneuvers, with many observers closely monitoring how these developments will reshape North American trade dynamics in the coming months. With additional tariffs on steel and aluminum also on the horizon, the stakes are high, and the outcomes remain uncertain. The world watches as the United States navigates these turbulent waters, balancing domestic priorities with international partnerships. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.